Recording in progress.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Seema, Veronica, yay, Chakri, Rolene. So great to have you all with us. I'm waiting for Rolene. Okay, everybody's still connecting. So, Asmuk, it would be great if we could, if you're able to, I know you're on your cell phone, so I'm not sure if you're out and about, but if you're able to pop your videos on, everybody, we would love to be able to see you. And we'd love to hear your voices quickly, so please just unmute yourselves and let's have a quick wave at each other. Morning, Seema. Morning, Veronica. How are you? We're going to have to invite you to dance and invite all of well, at least one learner behind you to dance with you. That would be amazing.
And it would be amazing to have everyone on screen.
Yeah. Chakri, Rolene, good to have you with us. If you can pop your videos on and that works for you, it would be awesome.
Hi, I'm Rolene. Thanks for the opportunity. Hi.
Lovely to have you with us, Rolene. Hey, Chakri. Wonderful.
I got rice and lentils in my hand.
Good. So morning, everybody, and morning to this morning's session on mind-body movement and just a brief experience of the practice of mind-body movement. It's a very practical session this morning. There's a lot of music and a lot of dance. So for those of you who are able to liberate yourselves and dance with, that would be phenomenal. For those of you who are in a classroom, Veronica, we'd love you to invite anybody else. I'm not sure if that's a screenshot or it's a real shot, but invite anybody else to join us that's there with you. And we're going to really give ourselves over to the movement. So I'm going to hand over to Madalena. My name is Robin Whittaker. I am really just a conduit here. I'm going to hand over to Madalena from Catalyst 2030, and then our heroine of Susan will take over, and Susan's going to lead this morning's class for us. Madalena, over to you.
Thank you, Robin. So just share a quick video about Catalyst 2030. If you have any kind of questions, just feel free to let me know.
Catalyst 2030 is a movement of social entrepreneurs and innovators embracing collective action to achieve the SDGs by the deadline of 2030. Our 1,500 members are active in 197 countries. By emphasizing collaborations, Catalyst 2030 is leveraging the power of the collective to accelerate real change in the lives of billions of people around the globe. What do our members say about Catalyst?
Catalyst 2030 is an invaluable global community of impact entrepreneurs.
Our relationship with Catalyst 2030 has really taught us the power of co-creation.
Join Catalyst 2030 and network, bond, and collaborate with our family members.
And I like the spirit of bringing change makers together to share and learn from each other.
Catalyst really understands the transformative nature of collaboration.
It's also a platform that can give us new tools and resources.
Catalyst 2030 has put my work on steroids.
But most importantly, to come up with solutions that are practical, ways where we can really make things happen, because social entrepreneurs are doers.
Are you a catalyst? Join us to achieve the SDGs.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Madalena. So good morning, everybody that's joined us. So Shrujani, good morning to you, and Paco, it's lovely to see you. Two Purpose Alliance colleagues here, wonderful. And so please feel free just briefly to introduce yourselves in the chat. As I mentioned, my name is Robin Whittaker. I'm usually based in South Africa. I'm at the moment in the UK and have been all over the show. And this morning's session is really a session on well-being and on tapping into our embodied wisdom, into the information that our bodies, that our experience of the world around us can share with us, to just enrich how we show up and how we interpret the world around us and what's possible. And I'm really grateful to my dear friend Susan, who is based in Johannesburg. I dance with her often. I have danced with her for many years, some break for health reasons, and it is an extraordinarily empowering program that she runs, which I'm going to leave to her to introduce. So Susan, thank you from Studio Kairos, the physical space in Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome to you, and over to you. You're on mute, so just unmute yourself.
Thank you, Robin, for that beautiful introduction and this beautiful forum. You know, it's my absolute delight to be on this forum because I've always wanted to bring this beautiful practice, this mind-body practice of Nia, to more forums, even though it's only young in terms of practices. We've been around for about 40 years in the world, and we're in about 42 countries. A lot of people still haven't heard about Nia because we kind of before our time in a sense, although we've taken a lot of ancient practices. At the end, I'm going to give you some beautiful quotes from the Taoism, which we definitely embrace a lot of the Eastern practices that we bring into this beautiful world of ours of cognitive thinking. So it's really just that blend. So today we're going to be talking about who I am, very briefly, where I come from, what Nia is about, briefly. That's for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to actually go into a 13-joint practice, which is just to access where are your 13 joints in your body so that we can move a little bit. I've chosen 3 songs for us to move, and I love being able to see your faces and, of course, your bodies. If you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't, then I absolutely can dance with 1 or 2 people instead of all of you. But obviously, the more the merrier. And it's only little old me that's looking at you, really, because everyone else will be focusing on themselves and trying to get the moves. But we're today going to spend those 5 minutes with the 13 joints and the 3 songs at the end. That should take about 30 minutes. And then we've left an open space for 15 minutes or so for Q&A. If you've got any questions, I'm here to answer them for you. So who am I? I'm Susan Sloane. I'm, as Robin said, based in Johannesburg, South Africa. And I am a first-degree black belt Nia instructor and a white belt trainer for Southern Africa. And I'm a founder of this studio that I'm broadcasting from, which is called Studio Kairos. And Kairos is a Greek word which means timelessness. And so we're melding the sensation of natural time, which has a sensation of timelessness, with mechanical time, which is what we live in, the Gregorian aspect of mechanical man-made. And in this place of Kairos, we're learning to connect to the natural, innate sensations of living in a body that is very organic. So hopefully you'll get just a little flickering of that today, or maybe a lot, depending on how much movement you've been exposed to, especially body-mind movement. We call it body-mind, not mind-body, but either is apt. And that's really what we're doing here, is to get out of the mental cerebral space and harness it to be in the body. So what does that mean? It means that from our body point of view, we are taking our body as a laboratory and we're exploring health and wellness through sensation. So you'll hear me in my 3 songs saying, sense your, and today we will focus more on the feet and our foundation, so that we can connect to the earth. And so then if you get a sensation, it takes you in from just purely this place into your body. But we do harness the mind for cognition, for creativity, for perception. And then the spirit, what do we mean by the spirit? Because it's a body, mind, spirit workout. And spirit means your uniqueness, your unique expression. So I am in the studio that has been here for 19 years. We have many dancers coming in and out to this dojo to explore their bodies and learn something new, educational, about connecting holistically. But everyone's different. So the teachers that teach here, there's about 8 or 9 of us. Every teacher has their own uniqueness that they bring. But yet, NIA has a beautiful forum which we call the Body's Way philosophy, which is the science behind NIA. It's an applied science. And we use 52 moves, which is called the form. And then there's the freedom, which is you. So you bring your freedom. So the way that I'll show you how to do the 13 joints will feel like, okay, she's doing it that way, but this feels like this for me. Because maybe your body's way is that you've never moved your ankles ever. And that was me 19 years ago. I didn't have an athletic body. I never had any experience in pushing my body to any heights. So for me, I had to develop the healing arts of NIA to find more range of motion, more awareness, more groundedness, more consciousness in my body. And that's why a lot of people come to NIA, to find that. So we don't expect you to be able to move. We expect you to learn something new, to actually not know anything, so that you actually feel comfortable going, wow, I didn't know something, and I learned something today. So that's the sensation. And uniqueness, the 13 joints, everyone has 13 main joints in their body. We're going to learn how to activate them today. And so what do we mean by holistic practice and holistic wellness? In NIA, we use martial arts, which is the organic precision part, and dance arts, which is the expression. I don't know a lot of movement fitness workouts that involve expression, but we do, because we believe it's a very important part of being fit in today's world, is to let go of whatever's there, or just connect. And the healing arts is all about the functional movement. So functional is what I spoke about with my ankles. That was my little quirk, and it's a big quirk sometimes if I'm not listening to my body. Recently I injured a foot, not through NIA, through something else. And it's given me the beautiful healing balm of saying, be more connected to your inner arches of your feet, to your outer arches, to how your feet spread, how they're designed to spread. They're not designed to be stuck in shoes all day. So that's why it's a barefoot workout. So I invite you to take your shoes off. You could start taking them off now if you like, because we're going to be dancing soon. And for the guys, I say we're going to be moving rather than dancing. And there are 52 moves, and you will be given a 13-joint map. So it'll give you a little bit more of, okay, this is what I can do with that joint. But I've made it to be less complicated today, because the workout is normally 60 minutes, and it's a cardio workout. You will sweat if you go to a NIA class anywhere in those 42 countries, wherever you are. But essentially, what you're doing is you're doing it in your own body's way. So you have to meet your body where it is, and NIA creates that platform for you to meet your body where it is, which is so beautiful, because then you can go, okay, I'm going to stay close to the core. I'm going to work more intrinsically with my body. Maybe I add more range of motion when I'm feeling a bit more confident and comfortable. Or maybe I go athletic peak. I've got lots of students in my classes. They only know how to live athletic peak. So that's also learning, to learn how to go into intrinsic, which is close to the core. You get just as much sweat. I feel those beads of sweat on my face when I'm busy healing my foot and I'm working close to my core. My intrinsic muscles are firing up, not just the extrinsic. So yeah, you still get a workout. It's just as much fun and juicy. So Nia is a lifestyle, it's a practice, and it's a workout, and it's for all ages and levels of physical ability. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate you stepping into, usually it's something new. Besides Robin, I get a sense, if you want to put up your hand, is it something new for you? Is this brand new? Is this the first time you're doing Nia, encountering Nia? Okay, so that makes me feel like there are a few people who has encountered Nia, besides Robin? Okay. Right. New for you, Sanjay. Wonderful to have you, Anya, and thank you once again for stepping in. So now we're going to go into the next part, which is to go into the 13 joints. So I'm going to stand, and if you can put your cameras on, we'll have more fun, but if you want to keep it off, it's also good.
Susan, I just want to ask quickly if you can push your volume up a little bit. We'll keep it muted. I don't know if there's any way to push it up a bit on your side.
Okay, how's that sound? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah? Great. Can I put myself in full screen? Great.
Yes, I'm going to profile you. I'll highlight you.
Great. Awesome. So let's go through the 13 joint map, everyone. So we start off, I'm going to stand here so that you can see my feet. So we start off with the first joint, which is on the left side of your body. I'm facing you. So basically go opposite to me when you see the screen. So it's your left. Okay, so on my side, it's this side. So what you're doing is you are moving your first joint, which is this side, opposite to me. So don't move the right side, just the left side. So now your first joint, your ankle joint, is designed to have weight on it. It's designed to move in a flexible way, but also in a mobile way. So see what it can do. Notice what your ankle can do. Sometimes it can't take weight yet, and sometimes it's not flexible or mobile, but just play with it. That's joint number 1. Joint number 2 is your knee joint on the left side of your body. It's a hinge joint, so it only goes one way. And it also is designed to take some weight and create stability in your body and a little bit of flexibility, mobility. And then the third joint is your hip joint. So that's on your left side only. Just feel that hip joint. So your hip joint is a ball in a socket. So just focus on the rotational aspect of this hip joint. That's one of the things it's designed to do, but it's also designed to have a bit of agility. So if you've done some Latino dancing, you will have used your hips to do that. But it's also designed to have stability. So sense that. Even just sense it in this stance, which looks like an A. And in Nia, it's one of the 52 moves called A stance. So that's joint number 3. Then the next one is your wrist. So your wrists are very mobile, and they're designed to move like this. And they're also designed to do some very agile taekwondo things like chop cut. And then we do claw hands, and we do spear fingers for the hands. So many different things with that wrist. Definitely not designed to sit typing all day. It will refer into your shoulders. So then we go into joint number 5, which is your elbow joint. Now in my white belt trainings, it's the most newfound joint to be found. I found my elbows. So if you sense your palm direction going up and going down, you can also sense your elbows that way. And then joint number 6 is your shoulder joint on the left side. So just play with that shoulder joint. It is designed to play, not designed to carry heavy weight. It's a very shallow joint. So we study the body's way anatomy in Nia, and so we look at the joints and we kinesthetically sense them. Not so much cognitive, it's more about sensing. So that's joint number 6. Now take a moment just to sense the difference between the two sides. And maybe in the chat you want to put a word and go like, okay, this is like, for me, this side is now warm, the other side feels cold. So just sense what difference. If you don't want to get up, or you're already up and you don't want to write, that's fine. You can just say it for your own self to notice what the difference is. So I see we've got somebody in the chat saying vibrating. Yes, thank you, Robin. Great. So now let's go to the 7th joint, which is the spine. So now your spine starts in the lumbar area, where the coccyx and sacrum is. And then if you move that spine, a lumbar spine likes to move, kind of very flow-like water. And then there's the chest, that area of the spine that's called the thoracic spine, and it likes to do funky things like this, also very Latino-like. This is called a shimmy in Nia. I use sound to move energy out of this area. I don't know about you, but when I'm busy in my business life, I love getting rid of stuff that sits here and use it with movement. And then the next part of the spine is the cervical area, the neck and head. So we have a Nia move called head and eye movement. And this one is so that your eyes initiate the movement and your body follows. So that's joint number 7. So much information there. And then on this side, on your right side, your next joint is joint number 8. So the same thing that we explored. Some agility, mobility with that shoulder. Just sense what it can do for you in your own body's way. Joint number 8. And then joint number 9 is your elbow joint this side. So once again, play with palm directions. Palm directions is actually a hand move, and we use it to re-pattern what's happening in the shoulder girdle. A lot of my students come to Nia like this, and they wonder why they've got so much jaw pain and all kinds of pain. And then we just learn to go palm directions, which changes a lot of in your nervous system here that goes into neck, head. And that's the healing arts of Nia. Then we've got joint number 10, which is your wrist on the other side. And so once again, notice what your wrist can do for you. It loves rotating, and it loves doing linear moves as well, like chop cut, which is a taekwondo move. We won't do so much taekwondo today, because that will get you sweating, and you'd have to come to a 60-minute class anywhere in the world to actually get that full experience. We'll do a little bit of taekwondo, but not much. Then the next move is joint number 11, 12, 11, which is the hip joint on this side. So once again, in comparison to the other hip, you might notice that this hip is different to the other one. So just notice the levels of mobility in this hip in comparison. Bringing in some mobility, some agility, stability. You're building bone mass when you do this, A stance. We also do open stance, which is exactly underneath the hip joints. You can almost see the railway tracks as you look down. And this kind of move, which is called closed open stance in Nia, is a move that will align your hip joint in its socket exactly, so that you get that sense of symmetry and the body's symmetry. Very grounding. And every move in Nia has a sound bite, and this one is ground. So then the last move, the last joint, did we do knee? We haven't done knee yet. It's joint number 12. So the knee on this side, once again, might be different to the other one. So just noticing what it can do. It's flexible. It's not so mobile, but it can bring stability to your body. So sense that. And then take your mind, body to your last joint, which is the 13th joint on your right side. So that's your right ankle joint. So you want to notice, like, I can't put too much weight on my outside, baby toe side, because that's where my injury was. So I am spreading my weight throughout the foot, spreading my toes, and sinking into the ankle joint. So one of the moves of Nia that we have is called cat stance, which can be done in a level 1 way, which is let your opposite foot support you. Cat stance. If you want more range of motion, like me, I've been doing near for 19 years, I can play with a bit more range of motion. If you want to go into the expressive arts, then you do funky things like this. And your biokineticist will love you and think, wow, what have you been doing? Great, so that's your 13 joint map. I'm going to walk towards you and away from you in my 13 joints for a moment. Hopefully you do the same. Just move all 13, don't forget the spine. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists. So now the 3 songs we're going to move to now. Every Nia routine has a warm-up, it has a get moving part, which is cardio, and then it has a cool down. So we also have a focus and intent to bring in your cognitive perception so that you can amplify what you're doing with your body. So today I've chosen a really short and succinct focus, which is the feet. Focusing on the feet with the intent to feel grounded and connected to your foundation and to the earth below you as you find more mobility. So let's go. Let's get ready. Are you ready? Let's see a thumbs up for 1 or 2 people. Okay, I'm just going to turn it down ever so slightly. There we go. And if you need me to turn up the music, then just say thumbs up. My assistant will also see the chat if somehow you need more volume. So let's bring the big toes together, heels apart. Bring in all the joints. And take it to the open stance, like railway tracks, feet under the hips. Let's go again here, touching. Touching space out. Touching space in. Open, close. Again. Joints. We're going to speed it up a bit. You can bring in some claw hands. Sense feet and ankle joints. And we're going to tap, tap. Cha, cha, cha. Tap, tap. Cha, cha, cha. Sensing the feet in your body's way. The tap, tap to sense the feet, all of the foot. The cha, cha, cha. Let's go back to closed. Open. Sense your spine. Lumbar spine. We're going to go into the cat stance here. Your body's way cat stance. Choose your range of motion. You can bring in a claw hand for more strength. Really tap, tap, cha, cha, cha. The cha, cha, cha is 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Find your range. Sense your supporting foot. Last one. And then open stance, travel down the legs, touching. Touching all the joints, the whole body, connecting in. Connect to the spine. Ready for that tap, tap, cha, cha, cha. Doing it in your way. Sensing that supporting foot. I can see some of you there, and it looks good. Let's go into open stance. Take it in with a bit of a claw hand here. Claw hand, like a claw paw. So we're going to take it to the feet. Feet, you can do anything with your feet, ankle, as you connect. Just you and the music for a moment or two. Toes in, toes out for the knee, hip, foot connection. Everybody sense your spine. Everybody ready? We're going to do a twist. Let's go. Ready? Take it down with martial arts. Down the center. Cross behind. Sends the cross at the ankle joints for stability. Back to the twist. Sense your spine. Ready for the sumo stance. We're going slow first. Cross at the ankles. Everybody ready? Choose a direction to walk. And pause. Another direction. And pause. Sense your feet. Heel, ball, toe. And pause. And now with all 13 joints. Squish walk. You can speed it up. Take a walk. Feel the squish in the ankle joints. You can walk any speed. Sensing your 13 joints. And again. Squeeze, squeeze. And again. So we know what's coming up. We can hear it in the music. It's back to that twist. Ankles, feet. Sense your twist in the spine. Let's speed it up. Hi, ha, ha, ha. And they cross at the ankle joints. And again the twist. Stay with us. Ready for your taekwondo chop cut. And across at the ankles. And again. For the spine. Chop cut. Cross at the ankle joints. Let's go here. 2, 3, 4, and up. Breath down. Moving energy up and down, sensing the feet. Take a breath in. And say ha, and sense the wrists. Sensing the wrists. With a ha to your depth. find your depth. One more song. So take that circular sensation with the hands and move it through the 13 joints. Now that you know where they are, listening to the music. If you need me to turn the music up, just give me a thumbs up to turn it up. Are you happy with the volume? Everybody ready? We're going to go laterally. Let's go. Take it through the 13 joints in A stance. Go this way this time. A stance, 13 joints, your way. And again. And now everybody bring in the palm directions for the wrists. 2, 3, down and up, your range of motion. So what I'm doing is athletic peak. My athletic peak. You might want to do rejuvenation close to the core, which is here. Or the mid-range, which is a bit more. Everybody palms to the sky. And bring it into the hara. 2. Your center. To the center. And again. To the center. Last time. Into the center. Everybody stay here. Bow stance with the palms. Bow stance like a bow and arrow. Imagine you've got your archer and your arrow, and then play with palm directions here. We're going to turn slowly. 1, 2, 3, and this way. Your bow and arrow. And you can bring in the palm directions for the shoulder girdle. And we're going to turn again slowly. 2, 3. Again. All the joints. And we're gonna just shake it out here. Hey. You can use any turn. Use your voice and turning. Because we're gonna speed it up. Same moves. Into the turn. Point this way. Through the joints. Your body's way. Your uniqueness. From the legs, from the feet. From the hara. Plugging into the earth. Grounding into the palms, side, through those 13 joints, side again, and this time, sense your shoulder joints on the side. Sense for range of motion for your unique body. And back to the sky. And let's do some rainbows. They call South Africa the rainbow country. Feel your rainbow anyway, your unique rainbow here. If your heart rate is high, you need to bring it down. Feel your rainbows, your range of motion. And then take it into flexibility. Sense your ankles and knees and fingers like they're yawning. Whole body yawning. Let's do this one with the breath. Breathing in. Take it up there. Bring it in here, into the hara, into the heart. And just take a moment. Your heart rate is quite high just from doing that. 15 minutes of very safe workout for the body because of taking you in organically in the way your body was designed. So sense your feet. Do they feel alive? Take a moment. Let's do 2 breaths. We didn't have much of a cool down, so we just stand here, take in the stillness. Now what I love to share is in Africa, in Kenya, there's the Maasai people. And they have very tall, graceful bodies. And they can do a lot of running and a lot of walking. You know, they do it for many reasons. And at the end of all that activity, they always come to stillness, which is just to sense what it is to be in your center. And it looks like they're seemingly doing nothing, but you're allowing your soul to catch up with your body. I got this beautiful vignette from a friend of mine, and it really stuck. So now you can walk out. We say walk out into the next activity, which is now questions and answers. And I always say sharings as well. I'd love to hear how your body felt before and how it feels after. So let's hear. What can I answer? What would you like to share? I'm here. We might need to just turn down the volume on the mixer so that you don't bellow out into my studio.
Thank you, Susan. That was beautiful. Just such a wonderful way to unlock and release the morning. Thank you.
Well, Robin, I hope you were able to do level 1 with not feeling so good. You could be close to the core.
I'm feeling quite warm and good. We'll see. My immune system's been activated. Yay. Wonderful. So yeah, we have a little space, 5-10 minutes, just for some sharing back. What was that experience like for you? Thank you, Chakri.
Yes, we got that, clearing the mind, unshackling the joints. Didn't know I would sweat. Happiness, connection, freedom. Thank you. And we got hearts, and thank you from Paco. Thank you. Whenever I get hearts, it makes me do that. And that's essentially one of the chemistries that we bring in the near class workout. I've traveled all over the world and experienced in every community, in every country, and especially through the Zoom, to do everything on Zoom. I could feel that feeling of connection out. And there's a whole mirror neuron thing happening on Zoom as well. So just because you're not in person, your brain is still taking in the connection. So that's why I love being able to see everyone. And when I couldn't see everybody on Zoom during the restriction period, I managed to get to know the students quite well, that I could sense them there, and then we could speak afterwards. So yes, connection, very, very important for humans, for human wellness. Very big thing, you know, with all this isolation that we might have experienced during this very tough 2 years. So let's hear. We got, and reconnecting all together, that's great, for sure. Paco, we connect all together, everyone, and I could feel all of you, absolutely all of you.
So if anybody would like to just pop off your mic, and before we go, let's just do a checkout with either a question, a thought. We can just check out with each other. Where are you? How are you feeling? Any question for Susan if you have. but I know many of us need to jump. Thank you, Madalena. So what we'll do, I'll
got three.
I'll kick off,
3
and I'm just
minutes,
going to
right.
throw to somebody. And if you just want to check out with where you feel in your body after that experience. So for me, I feel so much looser, ready for the remainder of this day, which is quite busy, and just very grateful to have connected back into Nia after a lot of air flights and traveling and being in different spaces, and my body just needed to catch up with itself again. So thank you, Susan. I'm going to pass to you, Paco, quickly.
Thank you. Well, thanks, Susan. It's great. Just a comment, because we know that this is really beneficial, right? So, but how come not forgetting this, or how to have a reminder? Because it's really easy, and you have shown that, well, we don't need to go to the gym or go to the beach or to the mountain, no? We can reconnect everywhere, but how to have that reminder, no? I don't know, how you suggest to do that? Put a reminder, an alarm or something?
Yeah, so what I'm getting in your question is, how do you stay connected to the practice and remind yourself to go regularly as a practice? Yeah? Is that your question?
Regularly or irregularly, no? So to use it, to embed in our day-to-day.
Make it into a day-to-day practice. There are many ways, Paco. So if you go onto the website nearnow.com, you will see that there's 5-minute workouts. So Robin, in your response to what you shared with so much traveling, what I do when I travel, I go to the area where the hostesses are, and I just do something with my joints for 5 minutes. You know, I move my body, and I feel completely different just from doing that. So they on the Near Now site, there's what we call Nia on Demand, which is basically available 24/7, many routines, 60 minutes. There's also 30-minute workouts, 20-minute workouts, 5-minute dance breaks, which is what we call it. Sometimes we only have 5 minutes, and like Robin said, it's going to change the way her day unfolds today, just by igniting the science of the joy of movement, which is capital J, capital M in our Nia speak, because it is a science as to how the chemistry of joy of movement is derived. It's very neurological. Anyway, the practice of Nia, most people, I would say a lot of my students who come through the door don't like exercise. It's very difficult for them to exercise in any way. But because the music, I don't know if you liked the music, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. We've got many genres of music, and this is many layers because it taps into physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So we're working all of those cells. You know that we are 75 trillion cells. And even if you sit and watch a class, your cells will be different after listening. You know what it's like. Music touches us. And people come to Nia hating exercise, but then finding that they just can't wait to get here because they know that they're going to work out and get their music fix. You know, so it's a bonus. You know, it's very easy to stay connected to the practice, actually, if you love movement, to music. That's it. And we're learning to listen to our bodies as well. You know, so your body will go, I gotta go to class. Thank you for that question. Any other shares or questions? We've got probably, let's have one more because we need to end.
Susan, I wanted to ask you about how the movement impacts our mind.
There's so many different ways. In fact, you'd have to come to one of my white belt trainings, so I can give you all of those ways. But basically, the main thing is people notice that their moods change. And we know that mood is very connected to the endocrine system. It's connected to everything. And we know that mind can play a huge role in how we are in life as a being, how we live our life through stress. And we literally are feeding ourselves with very healthy mood chemicals, which is a natural thing from exercise anyway, but this is just, like somebody said, on steroids. Somebody in that beautiful clip, which Madeleine showed us, it's, this is like the mood on steroids workout because of what we're doing. That's if you want to feel good in your life. I mean, we all have stress, whether we're a mom or a business person or whatever it is, and some of us are both. You know, so we do need to have a better mood so we can handle a lot of the stuff. So that's the main thing that it does for the mind. For me, I've noticed a lot of people are ADHD, a lot of children are as well. I teach NEO for kids and we're going into teenagers as well. People just with the fast way that the world is now and devices all the time, what happens is that people need to be mind-body connected so that they can just be present and not be in, you know, I said at the end when we finished the workout, let's let our souls catch up with our body. And so that's it. You're just integrating the mind with the body so that you can be present. It's huge, absolutely huge. And you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, and I'll send you all the vignettes that you need to get about this on a regular basis. So please do. And I want to thank Robin once again for this amazing platform. She was once my medical doctor, and then she came to NEO. I was like, yay, at last, an integrated medical doctor. So I'm excited that more and more people are finding out about it, you know, through the various professions, especially the medical industry.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everybody, for participating today. It's been beautiful to have our collective energy here. And I hope that those of you who are going to be in the Catalyzing Change Week sessions for the full day, that you feel like your joints are loose and you're all ready and your mind is ready to engage. And those of you who are off to other things for the day, may a wonderful day open up ahead of you. And thank you all for joining. With much appreciation to you, Susan. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity, Robin. And all of you, it's amazing meeting you all. Thank you so much. I hope to see you on the dance floor.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right. Cheers then.
Awesome. Thank
Bye. I love that, Michael. Okay, I'll close off now. Thank you all.